most guys, the way we play, they don't know how to play like that. So they don't know how to guard us.
I talk to the crowd. I talk to the opponents.
You know, you got high flyers, you got shooters.
So for the very first game, for your viewers that you did not come to the game,
Daniels looking, goes to Wood, fires! They're storming the court! What a debut!
And they got a lot to be looking forward to because we hot commodity in the city right now. So
you have a chance to be great.
I think this group is really going to click once everything comes together.
The city embraced us.
And you was walking around with a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what fans want to see.
Because everybody's putting in hard work.
He messing up already. He about to get sent home already.
I know Sledge going to play like a dog every possession.
100%. I think it's championship or bust.
So the elephant in the room.
It's only going to get better from here on up.
Hey, welcome to the first episode of Coach Ed's Basketball Corner. And I'm here with Charlie Marwat of the Flying Cows, the Frederick Flying Cows, the new with the TVL, and also Charlie. He's been with me for like 3 years.
3 years.
I've known you for like 3 years.
3 years.
I had him in Enid, Oklahoma. We won a championship together in 2021. Great, outstanding shooter. Can shoot the basketball like layups. And the first thing I want to know, how are you liking Frederick since you've been here?
I mean, Frederick has welcomed me, and I think everyone with really open arms. You know, it's a beautiful city, and that was my first impression of it. Of the town was how clean it was and how vibrant it was, and going to the sponsors to eat and whatnot. It just every restaurant or place that we've been to has been really nice, you know, and very welcoming, and as well as the people and people that we've worked with, it's been nothing short of outstanding. So it's been really good.
So Charlie, you being an East Coast kid, you know, I'm from the Midwest, you know, but I'm kind of like Midwest, East Coast, you know. So I lived in Maryland for a really long time, family here. You know, coming from New York, how's it? Is it any different than New York? You know, because it's on the East Coast, and you're only 3 hours from home,
right
here. So,
yeah.
Because are you from Queens or Bronx?
I'm from Queens, you know,
Queens,
so
okay.
I'm used to a lot of noise and whatnot, a lot of constant movement. So Frederick, I mean, has that, but not as much as the constant honking and stuff like that right on cue. That was perfect. So, I mean, but like I said, East Coast to the East Coast, and like I said, it comes down to the people, and you find good people everywhere. So New York is the best people. So Frederick is the best people. So I think that's definitely in common.
You said New York is the best people.
Best people, you know,
Okay.
the best city in the world.
I wouldn't know about that. Because in the Maryland DMV, the Maryland area, Frederick, you know, Maryland is pretty, you know, it's 45 minutes away from Washington, D.C., which is the most powerful city.
Right. Yeah, that's
New
true.
York might be the craziest city.
I'll accept that. I'll take that.
But it's good people there. I don't want no New York people to hating on me and stuff like that. Because I do like the Yankees, you know. I do like them. All right.
Man, you're not saying anything good about New York right now. I'm a Met fan, so.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I like the New York Yankees. Okay, but going to basketball, we played in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So how's that? That's way different than being here.
Definitely way different.
So when we were talking about just people were great in Oklahoma. They were great in Oklahoma. We had great fans there. But since the first couple games that we played here in Frederick, we had an outstanding crowd. Mm-hmm. So is that a little different than what we had back in Oklahoma?
No, definitely. I mean, it seems like starting out in Enid, we were a new club and whatnot, and we didn't know what to expect, you know. So I think the city sort of was slow to embrace us. They didn't know what to expect and whatnot. So, I mean, we really weren't selling out games until really like the playoffs or mid-season, stuff like that. And here, I mean, the city embraced us and they really want us to do well. And, I mean, the game itself speaks for itself. You know, we had a packed house. It was loud. It was just something you want to be a part of, like a winning culture, like you said. And that was definitely something that you want to play in front of. And so I think it's definitely different in terms of that. You know, game one, packed house and an exciting atmosphere. And, I mean, it was truly an amazing experience.
So let's go to the first game. You know, we did have a packed house. It was like kind of crazy, but it was fun. Not fun for me as a coach. You know, us playing at the buzzer till the buzzer.
Right.
But for the fans, it was great. However, you fouled out.
Yeah.
And I was like going down to the last straw, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I put in all shooters.
Right.
So let's talk about your person that hit the winning, your teammate that hit the winning shot.
Right.
So for the very first game, for your viewers that you did not come to the game, we won 113-112 with 1.1 seconds.
This is the side inbound here for the entire game. Daniels to inbound. Face guarded by Javon Adams. Daniels looking, goes to Wood, fires! He got it! He got it! Caleb Wood! Oh my God! The Ivy League! Oh my God! Can you believe it? Frederick! They're storming the court! What a debut! Ed Corporal and company have done it! They are storming the court!
It made my rookie, and we put a rookie in, and he made me look good. So, I mean, he made me look like a great coach. I drew the play up, which we've known this play for a while. All right, so he hit the winning shot. So, what were you thinking about that when that shot went in?
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been saying a lot of people have asked me, texted me, and stuff like that about how crazy that game was and whatnot. It was nothing short of historic, you know, for an opening night, and it was something I've never really been a part of. And like you always preach, next man up, next man mentality, and we have a team where all guys are always ready. That's how you coach us. So Caleb was ready, and he shined, you know. So I wasn't surprised. He's got that killer instinct, and he's a great player. So, like you said, I knew we were going to win the game. I knew he was going to hit the shot. So,
So you had that shooter's mentality, right?
Right.
And he got that shooter's mentality
Exactly.
also, don't he? Never seen a shot that he didn't like.
Right.
You know he's going to knock it down.
Definitely. Confidence.
So, like, this is how confident that Charlie is. I had him, like, year one. We're in Enid, Oklahoma. We're in practice. So we were, like, scrimmaging in a game. I don't know if you remember. We were playing against some team. It was, like, just a scrimmage. So you go down. You steal the ball. You go down. I'm thinking you're going to shoot the layup, right? And so Charlie's dribbling down the court. He pulls up from the hash mark. I'm like, oh, my God, what is he doing? Shoot the layup. And you just pulled up and just canned it.
Right.
And I'm like, I said, wow. and then, so you just did this time after time after time. In fact, let's talk about hopefully that, you know, when we won this game and people were just jumping around, it's going to be like, if we get to the finals, it's going to be crazy. If it was like that game one, like the very first game, don't you think it's going to be really fun? You know, when I told y'all, I said, man, if we win this thing, it's going to be really wild.
Really
if
wild.
we really win it.
Definitely. You know, I think that's, like you said, game one, they're embracing us like this. Like, can you only imagine when we start winning and really get this train rolling, you know? So, and I think there's, with the team that you guys put together and whatnot, that nothing short of a championship is expected, you know?
So I'm going to get with about the team. So a lot of the guys, you got two other guys that played with you on the championship team, and
Yes,
then
sir.
you played with some other guys from some other teams. You played against some guys.
Right.
So we have a very nice squad as far as chemistry and
Right.
vets playing in the TBL. So just kind of give me your feedback on the team.
Okay, well, I could start with, of course, Traveres Sledge. You know, had the blessing of playing with him in Enid, like you said, when we won the championship. And for anyone that doesn't know, Traveres is a great leader, a great basketball player, and he knows how to bring the best out of his teammates. And he's really the glue guy that allows others to shine and do their best amongst pressure situations, you know. So game of basketball is all about how you react to, I don't know, when things don't go your way. And having a coach like Coach Ed and a captain like T, it really eases those situations and brings out the best in players in those situations. So it's always good to have a player and teammate like Traveres. And then I got Kyle. Kyle also was a teammate in Enid, Oklahoma. And for those of you that don't know Kyle, he's a two-way guard, 6'7" tall guy that is unbelievable. He's a pest on the ball on defense, and he can really shoot and score at all three levels, in the paint, mid-range, and threes. So, I mean, and just a genuine good guy that you want to play with. And then you got guys like Bilal. That was my teammate overseas, and that like you said, an outstanding person and someone that you wanna compete with. You want to be in the trenches with. You know, like going against people. And so those are my three teammates that I played with. And then you got the rest of the guys that I played against, just all tenacious and great basketball-minded people, and so when you mix all those ingredients as players, you know, together, I mean, you definitely are going to have a successful season. So, I mean, I'm really excited to just compete and be out there with those guys and go to war with them. So, I mean, between that, it should be good.
So in conclusion, can people expect, the fans expect, when you come into a Frederick Flying Cow game?
Right.
What should they expect from the team?
A lot of excitement. You know, you got high flyers, you got shooters, you got just, at the end of the day, all hardworking people, you know. And when you see people out there giving it their all, I mean, that's what fans want to see. People that want to win and will do and sacrifice whatever to make that happen. So, I mean, when you see that as a fan, you respect it and want to come back. And winning's just a treat, you know. So we're working our butts off every day for you, and we're gonna make a championship happen. So
the elephant in the room, and people want to know. They want to know about the capes.
okay,
That when you come out, what is your feeling about the capes? You're coming out with the capes. Like, you might be the first basketball player, professional basketball team, that y'all got capes on.
Right.
So it's like you being like Superman, Batman. You know, you got these alter egos.
Right. I mean, that's one way to look at it, I guess. I mean, I'm not really gonna touch too much on the capes. Like, if I have to wear a cape, I got to do it. So, but I mean,
But I think you're pretty fly. You know, you're pretty
Yeah,
fly. The kids love it.
yes, exactly.
The kids love it.
We'll go with that. It's all for the kids. The kids, make sure, or parents, get your kids some capes at the next game. It really is a touch on how to become a flying cow. So definitely buy a cape. I know they're very cheap, so definitely buy a cape.
I saw one of the junior flying cows that we have before our game, junior flying cows. So it's little kids that they run out with the team. And one kid that we had, young man he had his cape on, and it was so cool to watch, because he was out for the starting lineups, and then he got his little name called in the starting lineups, and he gave he got into it, and he stuck up with his got muscles, like he was like the muscle man.
Right.
He really got into character.
Yeah.
So that's where that's the big part of the entertainment part.
Right.
You know, and the kids, it being a family atmosphere too, as well as, you know, the basketball.
Right.
So just know that, like, I always tell the guys that the kids, this is the closest thing they will ever get to being a pro, being around a professional basketball player. Because if you go to the NBA, you're not even getting close to the players, but they're actually getting to touch the players, talk to the players, get autographs from the players, and actually just speak with them.
Right.
But so I commend you on what you've done so far here, and I look forward to working with you again. I look forward to, like, getting another ring with you.
Definitely.
And it's going to be kind of cool. Get number 2.
Right.
The second one, you know, I always tell, like, the players, I always tell you guys, like, same expectations, different location.
Right.
And, you know, faces change, but the expectation is still the same. So I'm glad that you could be part of this first episode.
Yes, sir.
You know, I didn't think I would see you ever again after you left Oklahoma, but here we are,
Yeah,
Oklahoma, all
exactly.
the way to the East Coast, to the Maryland.
Right.
And it's a great place. I'm glad that you're here with us. I can say that Maryland is a great place to live at. Frederick, Maryland is even better. And so I'm glad that you're here.
Yep. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm happy to be here. And the second one is always better, you know? The
Yes,
second
it
ring is
yes.
always better.
Yes, this is going to be fun this year. It's going to be fun. But y'all can't be putting me through no more those games like y'all had the other night. I'm a little older now, so I can't be taking that no more.
Right. I agree.
Charlie, just give me a fist bump,
All
man.
right.
Because, you know, last time someone tried to give me a high five or a hug, one of your teammates knocked me down after the game, and I thought I was going to have a concussion. So thanks, man, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
This is my man, Traveres Sledge, power forward, the all-time winningest player in the TBL, and kind of like my son. You know, it's like I've known him since he's been in the league, since he was a young man, like a rookie. And Traveres has been with me everywhere I've played. He's been with me. He's also he's a 2021 TBL champion, and as I said, he's the all-time winningest player in the TBL. Welcome, Traveres.
Appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate it. It's good to be here.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's
good
good
to
to be
see
here.
you. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about Frederick? You know, since you've been here, we've been here since the summer, done some things in the streets, festival we had. You know, been kind of promoting the Flying Cows, and so what do you think about Frederick and what people are about to see?
Well, honestly, I'm loving it. Frederick's been good all the way around, just from the support, the welcoming, the sponsors. You know, everyone here has been like helpful to us with open arms. So, you know, we all are enjoying it. And they got a lot to be looking forward to because we hot commodity in the city right now. So,
I know back some other places where we played at, you was known as like the Sledge Hammer. I knew little kids running around with like Thor,
yeah.
like some hammers and stuff and everything. So I'm kind of expecting that from you this year. Right?
Yeah.
Little kids probably running around. Now we did a little last week, little promo, and we watched a little bit last night. And you was walking around with a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, marketing things, you know. It's just, I'm pretty much, you know, known as Sledgehammer in a lot of places. So, no, really, I am. You know, just in a lot of places. Hey, you come to a game, you'll kind of see that. You know, I dunk sometimes here and there, and when I do, you'll get the Sledgehammer theme of it.
So, T, tell people a little bit about T Sledge, the player, and what they're going to be expecting when they come see you.
Energized guy. I mean, you know, I'm just summer everywhere. It's easy to be everywhere when you're surrounded by a group of good guys. You know, some talented guys. But on my behalf, I just bring a lot to the table. I like the hustle. I like the grind. I like to push my teammates. I talk to the crowd. I talk to the opponents. So I'm just in tune to the game. I love it. I love it a lot.
So Traveres, tell us a little bit about, since you've been with me for the 7 years, and every year we've won. We've had a winning record everywhere we've been. And we had one championship. We should have had another championship. Before that. So this should really be number 3.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
But let people know, let the audience know about what we're trying to bring here, as far as tell them about our culture, expectations, no matter where we go and where we play it. But let the people know, kind of inside our circle, about our culture.
So for those who really don't know, we've been in, this league since it started from day one. Was the NAPBL?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
North American Premier Basketball.
Sorry to take it there, but now it's the TBL, but we've been here since those days. And since 2019, we've always had one of the best teams in the league. 2019 kind of fell short for us, with our management, with our team and the TBL, so we didn't actually get to play in the playoffs, but we felt like that was taken from us. But moving on to Enid, winning that championship in 21, we just grew every year. We moved on with this winning culture, and we've brought it here. Guys are buying in. You're doing a great job of preaching that and disciplining us with that. It just carried on. We're just a winning culture, and we work hard. All the guys are working hard. I'm working hard. You're working hard. You just telling me, all this extra work you putting in, how tired you are, and we feeling it. We all feel it.
That's because I'm getting older now. I'm old now.
Nah, man, you putting that work in, man. You putting that work in. But and it's just carrying on. We've just been doing it for so long, and it's just a habit now. And everybody's buying in. So I hope Frederick is actually ready to support that and cheer for that, because we're putting a lot of work in for sure.
Can you kind of talk to the people about also, we were talking about culture and stuff and anything, but just about the process of having that culture of what kind of what we're doing, and what separates us from the other TBL teams. And I know because you've been in the league for 7 years. You've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. So I mean, what separates us from other TBL teams? I mean, there's a lot of good players.
Yeah.
And even when we were in Enid, we had a good team.
For sure.
But we didn't. I mean, other teams maybe had better players, but as far as collectively, as chemistry wise, what separates us from the Frederick team from other teams in the TBL?
I don't know how far I could take this, because I don't want to downplay anybody else, but we actually have a great organization, going on right now. Our management, from the top to the bottom, even our GMs and our water boys, just our junior captains, everybody's putting in hard work, so it's very professional. It's how we carry ourselves, organized, being organized, being disciplined, guys holding each other accountable, even our owner, we say something and, they replying back to us so fast, it's very professional and organized. So that's what separates us a lot.
So what are your expectations for this team for this upcoming season? So we've played 2 games so far.
Yeah.
And they were nail biters. It has some common ground to the 2021 championship team, which makes me feel a little better. So, just going back a little bit, just to let people know, the 2021 team we finished 30-3.
Best record in history.
Best record in TBL history. We finished 22-2. Best record in the regular season history.
Yep.
We own all the records. We went 9-0 before we lost.
Yep.
Which we broke our own record
Yep.
which is 8-0 in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we're trying to do that this year.
Yes, sir.
And go 10-0
Yep.
to start off. But what with our team, what would people be expecting for us for this team to your expectations for this team, what we want people to see?
I mean, they're going to, like I said, they're going to see the hard work that we put in. You know, I mean, every game, if you haven't came out and seen us, you know, everybody is working hard and everybody's taking advantage, like Caleb Wood. You know, no matter how long, no matter how hard you look at his time, he came in and did some historical stuff. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Marwat, you know, hitting shots everywhere. You know, we got Dion. I don't know if you guys caught the exhibition game. He dropped like 30-some points. You know what I mean? Like, we got guys everywhere doing everything. And just expect guys to just give it their all every game.
So would you agree that because someone told me the other day, I think our announcer came to us at practice, and he said, I didn't know what to expect. But he was like, wow, this is better than the NBA.
Yeah. It's a lot of talent here. You know, just do expect some bumps in the road. You know, we're a new team. You know, a bunch of us played against each other. So, you know, it's not like we just glued automatically together. But with what we have, expect high expectations. You know, the goal is to win the championship, nothing less. That's just what.
Well, that's the plan. That's what we're doing.
The plan.
That's what
the
we're
goal.
working towards. And I'm glad that you're here with me.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Hey, because we like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So, T, it's good to have you here with me, and good for you to be on this first episode of this Coach Ed's Basketball Corner.
Yes, sir.
So it's good to see you, man, and we'll see you down the road, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm here with Dion Ly, and he's our shooting guard from San Antonio, Texas. Hey, welcome, Dion.
Hey, thanks, Ed. I'm glad to be here. Appreciate it.
Ed, man.
I'm formal.
Coach
Ed. Coach Ed.
He messing up already. He about to get sent home already. Anyway, man, hey, it's good to have you, man. You know, I've been knowing you for a while, right? For a while.
We go back. We got history.
We got history. So originally, you was part of the Enid Outlaws in the championship season.
I definitely was. For a couple games.
Well, yeah, and you young guy too.
Yeah. I was like a rookie.
Yeah.
My first year in TBL.
Yeah. Sure was. And so, like, one thing that has not changed with you, you've been known as a shooter. You like to shoot the ball.
Love to.
And that has not changed.
It's not going to.
But one thing that has changed, can you tell everybody what has changed?
Oh, yeah. I play defense now. It sounds like a myth. Sounds like a rumor, but there's truth to it.
You play D. You play D now.
Both sides.
Yeah. You're a two-way player now. And that's great. I'm glad to have you here in Frederick with us, you know, and so we can be back here together again, and hopefully we'll get you a ring. You know, you just barely missed it.
Man, I think I was one game away from being able to get that ring. So I think history's going to repeat itself, and I'm excited to be here in Frederick too.
So after the 21 season, you was with Potawatomi in Oklahoma, and then also you was with Albany Patroons last year.
Yes, that's correct.
So you've seen a little of the Central division in the Midwest in the TBL. And now you've seen a little bit, you know, you was in Albany, so you was in the East Coast a little bit too. Yeah. So can you tell the difference in the type of play that from the, you know, the Midwest, you know, being in the Midwest and the Western Division, the Eastern Division? Uh-huh. Can you kind of give us?
Yeah, I think the Midwest is more well-rounded as far as bigs and guards. And then I feel like the East Coast is a lot of like little guards. Play faster, a lot more isolation ball. You know, East Coast style of play, like that New York DMV style. You know, just gritty, head down, isolation.
Okay. So, what are you liking about Frederick since you've been here?
The community. the support's been amazing. The team, playing with these guys every day, getting better at practice, competing, that's been amazing. The organization from head to toe, like Sledge was saying, has been amazing, very supportive. They're new, but they're willing to do whatever we can to be at the top.
So, what can people expect? Like I asked Charlie this question.
Mm-hmm.
What can people expect to see when you come, not just the team, but when they come see Dion Ly?
Oh, for sure. Like you said earlier, 2 ways. It's a new look. So you're gonna see me playing hard on offense and defense, making shots when they're needed, and just making plays downhill. And then hard nose on the ball defense on the other side, working hard, just trying to make the right plays, and just being a great teammate and having great energy.
So I've seen a lot of growth as you an individual, but also I've seen a lot of growth over these last 2-3 weeks in you and then with the team. Have you seen that a little bit too?
Yeah, I think I became a lot more mature since my rookie season. I've understood the game more. My shot selection's gotten better. Thanks to you getting on me every time. But I think it's just starting to click for me, and it's only going to get better from here on up.
Okay, I want to ask this question. This is kind of fun. I'm going to kind of ask the other guys. I just wanted to ask you this, like, what is your best impression of your coach, of Coach Ed?
Coach Ed? I mean, you already threatened to send me home, Coach. I don't know if I can keep digging the hole.
No. I've been kind of interested. I've been kind of thinking about this because we need to do a show on that, just with the players, just to say like, what are your impressions of Coach Ed? Like, sometimes how do I act, or what am I, sayings I say.
Yeah.
I know sometimes you can't say it on camera, but
yeah.
I'm just kind of curious.
Well, I know, you hate the ball sticking. If the ball's sticking, you're going crazy. Scratching your head, throwing a fit. Don't help on defense, you're going crazy. If you're not playing defense, you're going crazy. And you're probably coming out, for sure. So, Ed's a real deal, man. He coaches the right way, and he teaches the right things over and over again. And it's the discipline and consistency, and that's why he's the winningest coach in the TBL. And so I'm grateful to be surrounded by that and this great group of guys. And I'm just here to learn and win this ring.
Yeah. So just in conclusion, what can tell the people what they're gonna expect from this? What are you expecting from this team?
100%. I think it's championship or bust. I think we have way too much talent not to go out there and perform and produce every night, especially dominate the East Coast division. But I think just coming together as a family and being brothers and going to war every night, having each other's backs, whether it's help side or making the open pass, making the shot when it's needed. I think those are the small things that you don't get too often in team sports is when it really clicks. And so I'm looking forward to that, and I think that's going to happen here in Frederick.
So just give me your last question. So reflection on this first game that we played when we won at the buzzer.
Okay,
I mean,
Caleb Wood.
What were your thoughts after the game? We won it?
Well, I was in on that last play, and I was thinking in my head I was going to get the shot and I was going to cash it. Unfortunately, God had other plans, and Caleb got the shot and made it. But once he hit it, I think I was just excited. I felt like a little kid just playing at the park, excited to win a game. Just because the team win and how it all came together. So I was happy. I was thrilled for Caleb. I was thrilled for everyone on the court that night to get that win to start the season off.
Well, Dion, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep working hard. Keep playing that defense, getting better.
For sure.
Hopefully, I mean, you know what I would really enjoy if you got Defensive Player of the Year. I
love that too.
Wow.
I think I'd shock everybody.
But you shouldn't really. I mean, I'm gonna just put that out there. I think, as a goal, man, you should be that. You should
For sure.
become 6th man of the year. Let's start locking people up.
Yeah, I love that.
But I'm glad that you're here with me. I'm glad you're here with us. Trying to pursue a championship. We talk about that every day about being TBL champions, and we try to talk it to existence. So I'm just happy that you're here, and I'm glad you could come by and chat with me a little bit.
Hey, man, it was nothing but love. It was all fun. Next time I'm going to get some better jokes for you. But I enjoyed every moment of it. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care.
All right, appreciate
All
it.
right. Mustafa T.
What's going on, Coach?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm glad you could stop by in the Coach's Ed basketball corner. So we can chat a little bit. You from Philadelphia?
Correct. Philly,
Phillies?
born and raised.
Yeah. You know, we talked a little bit, you know, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City, the Chiefs.
I mean, y'all
Yeah.
got two now, right?
Yeah,
Two Super Bowls?
No, we got 3.
I'm saying back to back to back. It wasn't
Yeah,
back to back.
yeah.
Y'all got your Super Bowls in.
3, so I think they got 4 total now. So
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, 4 total. Yeah, because when I was a little kid in 1969, 70, I like 5 years old, something like that. They won it.
Okay.
All right, so the Philadelphia, when they play, you know, this is the first time like in my lifetime now that I really can remember.
Okay.
So we kind of, you know, Kansas City is home champions. You know,
Yeah.
the Jayhawks. So you got
Okay.
You got the Royals, the Chiefs, and and we have a lot with the Philadelphia. We had to play the Phillies a few times.
Yeah.
Too. You know,
Yeah.
They got us a couple times.
We got y'all a couple times.
Yeah, a couple
Uh-huh.
times. Yeah. So we know a few people in common.
Correct.
That I've now I'm coaching you.
Yeah.
That you're from Philadelphia, but I've also helped coach a couple guys or 3 guys that you know real well.
Yeah.
Markeith and Marcus, the Morris twins.
Correct.
At Kansas, and then you're real good friends with Thomas Robinson too,
Right.
also.
Right.
That I had at Kansas too. All big men.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now I got you. So now you were the 6th man of the year last year,
Yes.
and you just got your ring. You got the one just like that one.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
It finally came in the
It
mail.
finally came in the mail. So that's well deserved. Congratulations on that, because that's a tough thing to do. It's not easy, you know, to come off the bench and guys be ready, and come in right away and get instant offense, great defense, whatever that may be. Your role has been kind of like different, here. It's been like more team oriented, probably maybe. I'm asking you to do a lot of things, but I always tell you that I think that you have a chance to be great, have a chance to get to maybe to the G League. It's things that you may have to work on, but you've been willing, and you've been a starter. You've been not a starter, but it's been like you've been ready.
Yeah.
And the other day, I just told you like I felt like you was coming out of your shell.
Absolutely.
So can you kind of like talk about the process of since you've been here in Frederick, and then also to tell me about how you feel about Frederick too.
The process so far has been good. I played against most of these guys that's on the team, so I kind of know what edge they're going to bring to practice and how they're going to carry themselves, and things that I look forward to. For example, Sledge. I just played against Sledge last series when he was with the St. Louis team.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sledge going to play like a dog every possession. I know he's going to try to be the leader and vocal guy on the court. Mm-hmm. Charlie, I got a little bit of in the regular season. I know he want to shoot the paint off the ball. I know he's not looking to pass. I know Charlie's going to get his numbers. And then me and Dion, 3 years running now, so that's pretty much my guy. Mm-hmm. So I know him like the back of my hand. The rest of the guys, me and Temmie, got 2 years in. Didn't play with him last year. Probably should have went to Potawatomi last year to get that championship. But
No, that's all right. You're in the right place.
we played together the first year. But yeah, I mean the guys on this team, nobody. What I like about this team is we don't got to look out for nobody. Be like, all right, he don't like me or he doesn't like me. We can all sit down like grown men and have a debate about what's going on. And I think this group is really going to click once everything comes together. Give it probably 1 or 2 more games, and I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah, because I can already tell the difference in the guys, just the way y'all playing, and even in you, so my style a little different, because I kind of demand for you guys to guard.
You kind of old school, coach. Like you, but I like it. You like old school, but you give us a little bit of freedom to play, as long as we do what we're supposed to do on the defense end. That's kind of the concept I'm getting from.
Yeah. That's it. I am old school. I play like I told you. I was like, I play like that '80s, '90s basketball. I'm an NBA kid. I grew up in the NBA. My brother playing in the NBA. And I was a ball boy, equipment manager for the Kings, Kansas City Kings, which is Sacramento. And I used to sit on the visiting team bench, So I used to sit there, and I'd be at practices with the Kings, and I would be there, sitting next to Dr. J and watching, Magic and all those guys. And I watched how they played, and I watched how, coaches coached. Mm-hmm. So I took a little bit of that, of what we do, with the modern stuff, because I'm about team. And I just feel like, sometimes like I'm thinking like you guys are kind of learning that, it's not about one-on-one, 5 out, like the NBA does, and we just go one-on-one. And I just kind of think like y'all so used to maybe with AAU and stuff growing up that that's the way guys play. Mm-hmm. So the way we play, it's more structured but disciplined. But it's like I allow you guys to kind of just, make plays and stuff and everything, because that's one thing. Like, basketball players have to make plays because everything can't be like, one, A, B, C, D. Right. And I always tell you guys make plays, but I always feel like we got an advantage. I think you guys are kind of learning that most guys, the way we play, they don't know how to play like that. Mm-hmm. So they don't know how to guard us. They don't know. They think we're just gonna run down and go just shoot the ball, which that kind of happened. That first game.
Yeah. I mean, that first game, we kind of was trying to get a feel. Everybody's just trying to figure out their niche and what can they do to help the team. I feel like that first game. So that second game was kind of like, all right, I'm starting to kind of get a feel for my role or what I got to do on this team. And like you said, when we go down on that end, we got shooters, we got point guards, we got bigs who can shoot, and then we got bigs who can dominate down low. So we got a little bit of everything. It depends on who the matchup is. Yeah. For us to play to our strengths and our weakness.
So I want to ask you this question, Mustafa. Last game we played against the Vipers.
Yeah.
You shot a couple of jumpers.
Yeah.
I was like shocked. What made you want to shoot the jumper? Because at first you weren't even looking for that.
I mean, honestly, I watched the big brother, T Sledge go out and get 40, shoot about 8 to 10 jumpers. So I'm like, shit, man, I might as well go ahead and try to get a couple up. And I was open, Thing with me, honestly, with shooting threes, it's probably just a confidence thing, honestly. Uh-huh. The mid-range I'll take all day because I know that's my bread and butter for my game. But the threes is something I'm expanding on. Okay. I can shoot them. It's just mainly a confidence thing. It's like, do I want to take this three? You just got to get comfortable. Yeah.
So, I mean, like now that the offense and how it works and everything, where you're getting your shots at and stuff. And, you always going to get that mid-range game all the time, which that's one thing I like about you. Because you do got a little old, you call me old school, but you got a little old school in yourself. Because, people don't know about mid-range. It's either 3 points or, dunks.
That's kind of why I wanted to bring it back. That's kind of like a lost art in the game right now, mid-range.
The mid-range, yeah.
You watch a couple NBA guys do it, the DeMar DeRozans, the Kevin Durant's. Who else you guys? A lot of guys that like the mid-range art.
So, I'm glad that you're feeling comfortable about that. So, I expected a little bit more, from you. So that's why I'm saying you're coming out of your shell. So, you ever heard of, speaking back of the 80s, 90s, let's talk about even when I was in the 70s, when I was like in late 70s, when I was like in high school, when I was like a 10th grader. You ever heard of rosin dust?
Mm-mm.
You never heard of rosin dust? So you know what LeBron James does before the game? He puts stuff on his hand, he rubs it.
Oh, the powder, and he does the celebration.
That's rosin dust.
Okay.
You know why?
Because I lose the ball in practice. So Coach always goes to the side table, and they'll the guard will throw a low pass, or I'll probably bobble, and Coach go get us some sticker, man. Go get us some stickers.
Wait, but I'm just saying, like, you know, even in the games, okay, you got the biggest hands. You got the biggest hands probably on this team, but you can't hold the basketball. I just wondering. We might have to get some rosin dust. So anyone that has want to donate some rosin dust, you know, please contact the Flying Cows. And if you want to sponsor that, you know, so we can just put it up there on the up there on the scorer's table, so when Mustafa goes in, he can put some on his hand. All right. So, hey, I just wanted to thank you for coming.
No problem.
Man, it's fun. I'm glad you're here. I felt like it was a blessing in disguise when you just called us or put your name out there, and then I was like, oh God, and you had played in the playoffs. I know who your coach was and stuff like that. And you were at Potawatomi, and I just felt like you was a great piece to be part of this.
Yeah, huge shout out to you and Tevin Foster. Tev called me, gave me that phone call, told me what the team was. So I knew all the guys that was coming down here, and I was like, it's an opportunity I can't miss. I'm close to the house, and everything worked out for me.
Yeah, so we're going to get this done, you know, considering you're a Philadelphia guy. But there's some good Philadelphia people.
Yeah.
I like Philly, you know. And, you know, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a 76ers. You know,
everybody said they wanted to be a 76ers.
Because it was about Dr. J.
Yeah.
Because I had the Dr. J fro. I had the fro, and I used to wear the Dr. J's.
Oh,
you know,
you ain't show me those pictures.
That was me. I'm gonna show you because they call me Dr. EJ. That's what my name was, right? Dr. EJ floating. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures. You know, floating through the air, man. You know, everybody wanted to be Dr. J. So you know, I liked Philadelphia. So, but I'm glad you could come by. I expect a lot from you, and I hope to stop by again.
Absolutely.
You know, and we'll chat some more. And hopefully we'll keep on winning, which I know that's what we are going to win.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the mindset. You know, we talk about that every day. You know, and then we talked about that today about, you know, being great, you know, and really believing in what we're of the mission and what we're trying to do.
Just buying in as a team.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us today.
No problem, Coach.
All right. Thanks. Thank you to all our sponsors, R. Smith & Company, Hawkins Landscaping, Holistic Health Associates, Medina Media Production.